Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam. Good morning. Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, January 18th, 2023. Hold on. I might need some new headphones, y'all. It is January 18th, 2023. I know my mom might be on, so I just want to acknowledge my grandmother's birthday is today, as she is celebrating her birthday in heaven. So we just wanted to name that. As I looked at the date, I'm like, yeah, today's grandma's birthday. Do me a favor, hit that share button real quick. We have some more information regarding health insurance from the Mass Health Connector. Our friend Jason is in the room. He was with us, I believe it was in either November or December, talking about the importance of tapping in the Massachusetts Health Connector. And so hit that share button, invite others in that you may know need health insurance, or if you need it yourself. We talked about health equity before, and so we're going to jump in and bring Jason into the room. But go ahead and hit that share button and get others to come in and get this information that is so vitally important to us in order to stay healthy. We talk about equity and equal rights, and I think with celebrating the MLK weekend this past weekend, the attention to equity is becoming more even keeled. But during Black History Month, MLK weekend, that topic comes up even more so. And our health is a point of resistance when it comes to health equity. And so we need insurance to pay for things so we're not getting bills. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring in my good friend Jason. He is wearing red this morning. So, that kind of, initially stood out when I seen him pop on the screen. But Jason, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Happy Wednesday to you. How are you, sir?
I'm great. Thanks again for having me. Glad I wore red, but I need to get one of those hats. And happy birthday to your grandmother.
Thank you.
How old is she? Do you know?
She would have been 1904. So she would have been 100 and, it's 23, 100 and 1904. Help me do the math. Yeah, that one. Wow. 119. Wow. Picturing my grandmother at 119 is very, very interesting. But thank you so much for wishing her a happy birthday. Even though she's not here with us, I saw the date and I'm like, but she was someone who would definitely be proud of the fact of what's going on here. And also she would probably say, yep, tell them folks they need to go ahead and get that health insurance. And so, Jason, you've been with us before, and I'm going to be very blunt and ask, like, why did you, the team reach out to come back? Like, it's only been a few weeks. Like, why are we back even having this conversation once again?
Yeah, sure. Well, nothing motivates like a deadline. And if you need health insurance, you have until Monday to take care of it. Our open enrollment period ends on Monday at midnight. So you have all day Monday. Take care of it today if you don't have health insurance. And like I like to say around the sorry board, big players make big plays, Jimmy. And getting health insurance is definitely a big player move. So we want to sign up, make sure they have health insurance, and that they're covered and they can get the care and the help they need.
So the type of coverage, like what is available when we talk about the Mass Health Connector, like what are the options that are available to folks? And do you have to be working? Do you, have to be at a certain amount of income? Like what are some of the, parameters or criteria to be eligible to get the types of insurance that the Mass Health Connector offers?
Yeah, so we offer commercial plans, sort of the name brand carriers that you see advertised, marketed around the city, around the state. But we offer the one thing that we have is we have help paying for health insurance for a lot of people. Most people who come in and apply get some sort of help paying for their health insurance. And most people qualify for our Connector Care program. If you're making $40,000 a year or under, you're going to get into Connector Care, and that provides a lot of help on the premiums. Keeps the copays really low, like $10-15 for most doctors' visits and drugs, and there's no deductible, right? So you're not paying that extra out of pocket that a lot of people would. And, you mentioned, do people need to be working? No. We're sort of there for people who don't have a job that offers health insurance. There are a lot of people who are working, but their boss doesn't give them health insurance. So we're the place to come to not only get covered, but get help paying for it.
And when you're speaking of the place to come, because I know some people pop in and out or watch it after, but I just want to make sure that we get this out there early, that the place that you can go is www.mahealthconnector.org. And if you speak Spanish, Jason, is that service available to those whose primary language is Spanish?
Yeah, so the website is in Spanish. You can go on, go through the entire application, find out immediately what sort of help you might get for your coverage. There's also, you can also call us. There's a number, 877-623-6765. You can call. We have people who can talk to you in Spanish and other languages also there. And we also have local, we call them navigators. They're community organizations where you can go, you can sit down with someone. They know what they're doing. They've helped people out with applications in the past. They can sit you down, get you through the application, and help you pick a plan, right? Because a lot of people look at this and they're sort of like, not only is this expensive, but it's really confusing.
It can be overwhelming. Because there's so on one hand, it's a good thing because you have all these options, but it can be overwhelming based on if you have, interesting medical history, if you have, different type of, diagnoses or whatever. So it can be overwhelming. So you can actually get advice from either the line or the website, maybe not as much, but if you call or go into one of the centers, you can actually get advice about which health plan may work best for you.
That's right. Yeah. And if you go to the website and you start to feel like, man, I cannot do this on my own, there's a help center button right at the top of the homepage. You can click that. You can find local help. In Boston, we have navigators at the Boston Public Health Commission, the Cobbin Square Health Center, the Uplands Corner Health Center. We have a navigator in Cambridge, right behind City Hall. So there's tons.
I'm actually going to go there. We do stuff here in real time. So keep talking. I'm going to bring the website up so we can just troll it a little bit.
Yeah. So there's tons of help available. These people are eager to help you out. Make sure you have health insurance. They are the nicest people, and they're super skilled. You bring in your paperwork, you're going to walk out with the best coverage you could possibly buy.
Okay. And so here is the website here. Let me just get rid of
there's the countdown.
And there is the countdown. So you actually have 5 days, 14 hours, 48 minutes, and 34 seconds. All right. I timed it well.
Yeah, and so don't wait.
So
don't wait until that's down to 48 minutes.
Absolutely. The time is to do it and do it now. And so you mentioned that you can go. And so up here is, let me just, because I know somebody's going to get me. Can you just zoom in a little bit? All right. I think we got it a little bit bigger. So you have the ability to go here and select English, or you can select, let me just take this out of here. You can also, okay, hold on. And you can go and select Spanish.
Correct.
And so you can fill out that the application prompts you in complete. Completely. Okay.
Yep.
Now I'm going to go back to English so I know exactly where I'm navigating in case we need to come
my
back.
high school Spanish is pretty rusty.
I used to speak it when I worked in the ER, just enough to get folks through registration. But if you don't, interesting, we're talking about insurance. If you don't use it, you could lose it. And so I think it's important that we need to tell folks that they need to use this opportunity. When you were here, Jason, before, and it really stood out to me about, your identification and naming that there is an equity lens in which having folks tap in and take advantage of this resource is important to health equity or equity. Can you remind us a little bit of what you shared earlier when you were with us before?
Sure. So new to Connected Care members this year is $0 copays for medications for things like diabetes, hypertension, chronic artery disease. And these are all illnesses and diseases that disproportionately impacts Black Latino communities in Massachusetts. And here's a way for these people to be able to manage their illness on a basis and not have to pay for those drugs, right? And that's super important. We want people to be healthy, and we want people to not just have health insurance, but also use it, right? And there's a million different reasons why. I'm a little bit older. I'm in my 50s, but I see my friends, going through cancer and heart problems and all this stuff, that you have to manage when you reach a certain age. But there are people, in their 20s, 30s who might be starting a family, having a baby, right? You want to make sure that your family, especially a new family, is covered and it has access to, maternity care, pre-delivery care, all that stuff is available, and it's there for people to have. And we want people to be healthy. We want people to live quality, active lives, and part of that is just going to the doctor when you need to, being able to get the care that you need when you need it.
Jason, I just want to say, speak your heart, brother, because I see you, and I know, we're with the Mass Health Connector, but one of the things that really stood out when you were with us before is this passion to do that. And I was honored to find out, you're a head comms person for the Mass Health Connector. And so I think we just want to name how important it is to have someone that is personally invested, in making sure this information is made available. And, like you said, not only getting it, but using it, because with all the fight and things that are going on around equity in general, and we know that there are a lot of changes legislated when it comes to women's bodies and having health insurance, though Massachusetts, we're kind of quote unquote okay. And I don't want to make a political statement here, but having insurance in case you need any type of service like that is vitally important. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, 97 point something percent of everyone in the state has health insurance. That's great. But even people who have health insurance sometimes have problems paying for services. And our coverage can help you pay for those services too, right? Like I said earlier, with the lower copays and things like that. And the other important thing that I didn't mention earlier when we were talking about some of the equity stuff is the availability of mental health care.
I was going to thank you. Yep.
More important than ever. I think, more and more as we move forward, accessing mental health support is being more and more destigmatized. More and more people are interested in getting help. And that's available, when you have health insurance. It just makes getting access to that all the easier. And it's important, mental health is as important as physical health. And I think people are learning that and realizing that and want to access help when they can.
That's one of the things that I have a segment on the first and third Tuesdays where we cover, the importance of health, different topics. And one of the things that we've started to say that mental health is health. Like we do the separation piece, but it is if you're taking care of your wellness in a mental health space, it does contribute to your overall physical health. But then we also know on the other end, if you're not in a wellness space when it comes to your mental health, it can possibly impact and vice versa. And so I love how you talked about the fact that the stigma is being removed. I often say that, everybody once in a while needs to go lay on somebody's black couch. You know what I mean? Because it does the body and does the brain good. But here's another piece on the mental health thing. There is an impact on your mental health if you have a lot of bills. Mm-hmm. And if you're dealing with health issues and you don't have health insurance, You can have bills, which can
Right. It becomes like a cycle, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's why we want people to have it. So they have it when they need it.
Yep.
But it's also, there's also that sort of incentive of, well, now that I have it, I might as well use it. If I'm paying for this, I might as well use it. And, we understand that a lot of people look at healthcare and health services as expensive. We try to make that as affordable as possible. And they also look at it as confusing and difficult, and sometimes frustrating. And we want to help with that too. And, to a certain extent, the best way to get through that confusion is to just kind of jump in, right? Like,
and take advantage.
Find a doctor, go to your annual physicals, build that relationship, and over time you become more comfortable, right? Like, oh, I've been to this doctor's office 10 times. I know my way around. I know the blood work isn't going to kill me. Things like that. You get more comfortable in the system. You learn.
Hold on. Because meat and needles. I think few people know I had to be hospitalized. I think it was last year. And that was the number one. When it comes to, I went to the phlebotomist the other day, and she had to tap into her maternal thing and just kind of tell me, you need to chill out, baby. You're going to be all right. So I just want, when you name that, but it's important.
It is important. I don't like it either. I don't look, I turn.
I try not to look, but man, listen,
I turn all the way around. Do not look. Hate it. But it's important, right?
It is.
And if there is something wrong, this is how they find out. And then you can get it taken care of. And it's just so important.
You don't want the other pain of going to a phlebotomist, because sometimes those lab tests, you're getting what they call a CBC, a complete blood count. If as you mentioned, some disparities, and I want to tap into another piece when you talk about like in Black and brown communities in 1 second, but some of the disparities that happen within Black and brown communities, the patients tend not often to find out until it's too late. And so screenings, a lot of these insurance cover screenings. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. When you go to your physical, a lot of times there's some sort of blood work involved. Just like you said, the fact of the matter is you don't know until you know.
Yeah.
And it's important to know. And it's important to know early, before something becomes a larger problem. Something might be there and it's not really bothering you too much, but if you don't know and it goes a year or two or longer, suddenly it becomes a big problem.
Yep.
And then you end up in the hospital, or you end up, with a situation that's more expensive to take care of than it would have been if you had caught it a year or two before. So, it's just, you have health insurance, you don't have to worry about going to the doctor once a year. It's paid for, right? You don't have to pay any money to walk in the door and go see a doctor. And then you can take it from there. And you find the right doctor and you get that kind of help and you get the support, you get sort of that encouragement to stay healthy and do the right thing.
Exercise, eat right, rest. It only helps. I think we got, there he goes. We got stuck for a little second. One of the things that you mentioned about is folks taking a while to go to the doctor. And one of the delays is not having health insurance. And the Health Connector has a specific attention to the Latino community. Why is that? And I'm aware of some things that some folks may not want to deal with paperwork and whatnot because immigration status or whatever may come up. Is that part of the reason why there's a specific focus to make sure that the information is available? Because some of the stats say that the Latino community is more likely to be uninsured compared to the population at large, specifically young Latinos and new residents. And so can you talk about why there's that focus?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly it, though. We know that there's a sizable Spanish-speaking population in Massachusetts, and it is more likely to be uninsured than the rest of the state. You're talking probably high 80s, low 90s%, which is still pretty good. But, it's significantly off from 97.5%, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we want those people, we want everyone to have health insurance. We want to make it as easy as possible for people to access coverage. So that's why, we're very active in in communities across the state. We offer as much support as we can in Spanish. Almost all of our navigators, those community organizations that I talked about earlier, almost all of them have at least one Spanish-speaking person working as a navigator. Okay. So you can walk in the door, talk to someone in Spanish, or in a lot of cases, other languages from beginning to end, and get all the help you need. I think not only for Massachusetts, but I think nationally, young men in particular are less likely to be insured. The whole invincible thing, like, I don't need health insurance, I'm 25, healthy as a horse. But stuff happens, right?
Yes, sir.
And young Latino men in particular are very sort of difficult sometimes to get to sign up. Okay. So we try to talk to them directly as much as possible. We're not ashamed to go to girlfriends, wives, moms to say,
by any means necessary, because they have the influence.
Yes.
It's interesting. And I put up a post the other day, and a couple of people shared it, and I was quite someone on LinkedIn, like this world-renowned coach, shared the post, and I said, men being well, something is the sexiest flex. And so, young men that are listening, period, Latino, Black, brown, men, period, women find it very attractive if you are healthy. And one of the ways that you can stay healthy and save money to be able to take them out, and let's just name that we are saying general, presumed preferences, but either way, you can save some money to go out and date if you got health insurance and not need to pay that bill if you have to go to the doctor.
That's right.
So that's a point that, we haven't talked about before, but Valentine's Day is coming.
So nothing says love like a good connector care plan.
I'm going to need to clip this out, and this is going to need to be like just a little clip. Nothing said. Wait a minute. Say it again.
Nothing says love like a good connector care plan.
I don't think we need to say too much of anything else. If you need to get information about the insurance, or to find the places where you can go to sit down with someone, Jason said there's a minimum of at least one person if you only speak Spanish in each center. Also, if you can't go into the center, you can make a phone call to 1-877-623-6765. And I just want to check and see if there are any questions. There aren't any questions before we let you go. Sharon is saying absolutely. It is a little overwhelming, sometimes to look through the plans, but it is definitely important. Folks, make sure if you're watching this in the after, you take a screenshot, or even now, take a screenshot of the phone number and also the website. I will figure out, actually, Jason, let me do this right now before I let you go, because I want to put it in the comments myself, and I think I got it right. So if someone goes and watches it later, they can click that link, and also the phone number is there as well. And so anything, Jason, now this is the open enrollment period. It ends on January 23rd. When does it open back up again?
November 1st. So, there are ways you can get in between.
What they call change of life circumstances.
If you're new to the state, if maybe you had a job that offered health insurance and you left that job and you don't have coverage at that point, you can hop in. And there are some income, lower income levels where you can always get, but for right now, if open to everybody. So that's why it's super important. And you got 5 days left. So do it by Monday.
Let's get the exact countdown. Let me refresh over here. Oh, it's not going to give me the pop-up because I'm already on the website, but it's about 5 hours, 5 days, 14 hours. And now go to the website, go right here.
Yes, just do it.
But don't wait. As you said, Jason, don't wait until the last minute. Go ahead and do it now.
Right. Especially, and you take a look and you have questions, you have some time to get those questions answered.
Make those
until 6 o'clock Monday night, you're pretty much on your own.
And I think that's a thing that is awesome about this is you have choices. You're not locked into one particular thing. You give your income, your status, about income. If you even have income, they put the information in and then ask me how I know. They
How
put
do you
all
know?
the information. Brother, I have had to be involved with the Mass Health Connector. And the experience has been very, very well. The folks are pleasant. During COVID and even after COVID, when you had to call, folks pick up quickly and things like that. And so I can speak from personal experience about the benefits of tapping in to the Mass Health Connector, sir.
I'm glad
And
to hear
so,
that.
yeah, and you do get choices. They put all the information in, and then they start talking plans. They can do it via mail for our seniors that may not be internet savvy, and they can also do it electronically, but they also do both. They'll do it electronically, and then you'll get something in the mail as well. And so, Jason, from personal, and I think I've shared this before, from personal experience, I know about the benefits of the Mass Health Connector. So I can say that unequivocally, it's been beneficial to my health.
Great.
So,
I'm glad to hear that. Thank
yes,
you.
sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. I feel a little for me. So we're going to get you off my screen. But Jason, thank you. And you don't have, we can maybe talk sometime again in October and get folks prepared that may not do it now or have a life-changing situation where they need to switch and sign up for the Mass Health Connector.
Sounds great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's good to see you again.
Absolutely. Good to see you too. And you're looking good in that red, brother.
Thanks. You too.
All right, Jason.
I got to get that. I got to get one of those hats though.
You and Alex is going to get me. I will do my best to work with Valentina to get the address, and we'll get you at least a mug for now until the summer.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
All right. We'll see you.
Folks, make sure you share this phone number and information about the Mass Health Connector. It is imperative that we make sure that folks are insured. There is a specific focus on Black and brown communities and also specifically the Latino community. Because of some of the things that they deal with as far as immigration status, language barriers, and things like that. So please make sure you go ahead and take care of that. That is it for me this morning. Please don't forget that we will be together. I can't say please don't forget because I'm just announcing it now, but I think oh crap. Did I finish the flyer? Hold on. I did not export the file type that I need to put it on screen. But tomorrow, Makiba McQuarrie and also Richard Joseph. Makiba McQuarrie is the executive director of the New Commonwealth Fund, and one of the programs that she's working with, Richard Joseph is the head of, and it is Vital CNVS, and they're going to talk about that tomorrow. But they are really taking a different approach to health equity. We just talked about insurance. Y'all know we have your Healthy Java. And so they are taking sort of a macro, working within systems and structures within the healthcare industry around advancing health equity. So they're going to come and talk about their work, but they have a whole component where they have community health hubs. And that's one of the main things we're going to talk about tomorrow. So Makiba McQuarrie and also Richard Joseph will be with us tomorrow at 9 a.m. Just a quick overview for next week. On Monday, Dr. Brandy is finally going to be back with us on Monday for Mental Health Mondays. We are hoping to get one of the doctors from Massachusetts General Hospital Cardiology Department to come and talk with us about heart health, specifically about the incident that happened with Damar Hamlin and the importance of paying attention to your health. We do understand that this is like the situation that happened with him is very, very unique. But it did bring at the time a lot of attention to Black men's health and also heart health. And so we're hoping to get one of the docs in on the 24th. On the 25th, Attorney Stephanie Everett, who's the executive director of the Office of Police Accountability, Office of Police Accountability and Training, is going to be with us from the city of Boston to talk about their work in the OPAT office. That's the acronym for that. And then on the 26th, I don't think I have anybody. So I might just stay with me because we haven't had a one-on-one conversation in a while just with the Java fam. So appreciate everyone being in the room this morning, and we will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. here in the Java Cafe with Makiba McQuarrie and also Richard Joseph talking about their work to advance health equity. Have a wonderful day, everybody. It is We Need to Know Wednesday, so make sure you help folks know that they can get health insurance through the Mass Health Connector. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow